Debris, of course, is strewn across many roads in the affected areas. There are downed trees, down power lines already this morning on the North Queensland coast. Emergency services have had to perform a couple of swift water rescues. So emergency services, all authorities really wanting people in the affected zones to stay at their homes. Another reason for that is that emergency assessment crews are now making their way through the region to get to where they can to really ascertain, really determine the full extent of the damage. The Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, she chaired a meeting here in the room beside me this morning, the Disaster Management Committee meeting. She spoke to the media. Following that meeting, here is her advice.
My main message today for residents on the Whitsunday coast is please stay off the roads. We need you to stay off the roads because at 9 o'clock this morning, the ADF will be doing a reconnaissance. They'll be looking at the structural damage which is happening on the Whitsunday coast, and we need to be able to get our emergency services personnel in as quickly as possible.
Now, there are a lot of isolated regions and communities on the North Queensland coast. Daydream Island, water is running out there. Water is currently being shipped there. The Premier says 200 guests are currently on the holiday island, as well as 100 staff. So water is urgently being brought in there. As for the power situation, 45% of Mackay earlier this morning was without power. In total, in excess of 60,000 homes on the North Queensland coast were without power. Power workers were, of course, pre-deployed, 800 of them. They will be working around the clock as soon as it is safe for them to do so to restore power. Of course, at this stage, the Premier says two problems have been a lack of power and communication, which have prevented authorities from reaching some areas.
We also have isolated communities along the coast which have no phone contact at the moment. And of course, we feel for those communities as well. And as part of the ADF satellite imaging, they'll also be going in and trying to have a look at those small coastal communities as well.
Now, the Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, received a briefing at the Crisis Coordination Centre in Canberra this morning. He discussed a possible relief package for those affected. Of course, he's wanting everybody to stay safe.
You know, the people of North Queensland are very familiar with cyclones and extreme weather events like this, so they're well prepared. We're well prepared, supporting them, but above all, people have got to be safe. You know, be very careful in taking the advice of the local emergency authorities, and that is the critical thing. The most important thing is ensuring safety of people and their families and avoiding that personal injury wherever we can.
The effects of this system are going to be felt far and wide across Queensland. Flash flooding is expected in parts of central Queensland. This low pressure system is going to track north in the coming days. Southeast Queensland is going to cop it. We're expecting, Peter, between 150 millimetres and 250 millimetres of rain here in southeast Queensland. That is expected to fall late Thursday into Friday.